Come and sit with me for a minute. If Mother's Day feels like a day you just want to survive rather than celebrate, the one who carries around some mom hurt, the one who feels distant from the very first person that you are supposed to trust. I want you to know I see you, and I want you to know it's this very real weight of loving someone who didn't always know how to love you back.
Jesus, you are welcome here.
I grew up with a mom who was there. She kept the lights on, food on the table, roof over our heads. By every practical measure, she showed up. But emotionally, the lights were off. I didn't have a mom I could run to when something scared me, or if I had a question. I didn't have a mom I could tell all my secrets to. When I needed her to see me, really see me, she just wasn't going to go there. And when you're a little girl who needs her mama, and that mama is somehow just out of reach, you stop reaching. You build a wall. And you don't realize you're building it. You know, I carried that wall for decades into my friendships, into how I trusted or didn't trust people, into how I saw myself. And here's the part that took me the longest to understand. Something happened to me at 3 years old that laid the very first brick in that wall. It wasn't dramatic to anyone watching from the outside, but to that little girl, it was everything. It was the moment I decided, quietly, unconsciously, that I couldn't fully trust my mom. I didn't even remember it until God brought it back to my memory years later. That's how deep pain can go. That's how quietly our wounds shape us. Now, here's where I want to challenge you. And I say this with the softest heart because I know this stuff is hard. Have you ever thought about your mom as a little girl? Not your mom as an adult. Not your mom who said those things or didn't show up the way that you needed her. I mean the little girl she once was. What she was given, or maybe not given. She was taught about love, about nurturing, about being emotionally present. Because I had to come to terms with something that changed everything for me. My mom was not withholding love from me on purpose. She was giving me everything she had. It just wasn't much because nobody had given it to her either. We can only pour out of us what's been poured into us. And if your mom's cup was empty or cracked or barely full, she was giving you everything she had, even when her everything fell short. Now, that doesn't erase your pain. Please hear me. Your hurt is real and it is valid. But this reframing, it's the beginning of healing. When I stopped asking why she couldn't give me more, why she wasn't available, and I started seeing her as the little girl who needed more, everything shifted. I want to be straight with you because I'm not here to sell you a quick fix. This healing, it's hard work. It took me decades. It took God bringing a buried memory back up to the surface. It took me choosing over and over again to see my mom as a wounded person rather than the mom who let me down, rather than the dream of a mom I used to have. Even years after she passed, it's been 27 years now, that processing still continues. Grief and healing do not follow a tidy timeline. The woman standing here today is not the same woman who lived behind that wall. The hard work is worth it, every single bit of it. Tearing down brick by brick those things that have held me back. What if this Mother's Day is your turning point? Not the day everything gets fixed, but the day you say, I am tired of carrying this. I am tired of this wall, and I want something different. That awareness, that moment of saying enough is enough, that's where it starts. That is the first brick coming down. If you are ready to take that first step, I have a free reflection page in the description below. It's not a magic wand or a magic formula. It's a starting place, a quiet space for you to begin looking honestly at your story, your mom's story, with fresh eyes. And if you want to go even deeper, you can find me every day in the Just Living Truth community. It's where real conversations happen, real transparency, and transformation. It's where people like you and I are gathering together to share our struggles and our wins. That link is also in the description. You're not broken because this is a hard day. You're human and you're not alone. I have walked through the pain of an emotionally unavailable mom. I have done the work of tearing down the walls I built as a little girl, just trying to protect myself. And I am here on the other side telling you there is more for you than this pain that you are currently in. Subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. I share my testimony and practical ways God has brought me through hard stuff. And if this spoke to you today, or it's speaking to somebody you might know, share it. Share it with someone who needs it. All right. The truth is, we need Jesus and we need each other. All right. Thanks for being here. Until next week, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.